The Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup is now just 1 month away from exploding into life with the start of the third and final Preliminary Regatta, starting on Thursday the 22nd of August 2024, and running through to Sunday the 25th of August, where the talking stops, for a few days at least, and it's down to business, as the AC-75s go head-to-head, for the very first time. Right now, as it stands today, nobody knows, and everyone is guessing. Will we see sandbagging? Will spectators be able to recognize it? Are the teams holding back technology and outright speed to spring a surprise when it really matters? And will we, as spectators, realize the questions on everyone's lips, be able to recognize them? These are the hopes of fans from New Zealand, Great Britain, Switzerland, Italy, America and France hang on the foils and the spills and thrills of the most fascinating preliminary regatta in the 173-year history of the America's Cup. This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, every week since 2010, The World on Water, July 26, 2024.
Race Week at Newport, presented by Rolex, was created in 1998 by merging two popular events hosted by the New York Yacht Club and Rolex, the IMS National Championships, and the One Design Championship Regatta. It was designed to give sailors the opportunity to compete in handicap-rated fleet racing during the first part of the event, and One Design class racing during the latter part. This year the race incorporates the 2024 TP52 World Championships as well as being one of the events in the ORC Summer Series that will culminate at the World Championships in late September.
The values of the Coast Guard Academy Sailing Program is honor, respect, and devotion to duty.
And so what that builds as cadets is to become a leader of character in that seamanship, becoming all well around so that when we go in the fleet, we know how to lead and really help that Coast Guard grow.
The value in this program is we have a highly competitive fleet and a very fun boat to sail. Put that all together and it's some great racing.
Having a good attitude on the boat and really keeping that key communication is not only important like on the boats we do here, but out in the fleet when stuff goes down and it really gets tough and the mission becomes really challenging, you need to have a good outlook on this and really keep that communication when you're under a lot of stress.
I'm Evan Lawrenson, and I'm the skipper of Jack's that you see behind me. The design spec behind the boat was to build a boat out of wood. I wanted to support the wooden boat building community in Maine. At the same time, I wanted a boat that could release at the weather mark and we could get some level of planing. I sat down with Bottine, Steve White, and Tim Healy and said, how can we build a boat in the 40-foot range that can sail the classic circuit, but at the same time be competitive here in Newport in ORC? And this was the result of it. There's no doubt that she is heavier. It's knowing when the heaviness is working against you and when you can work around it. We are within seconds of the competition. That means that we are in the hunt with a wooden boat, which is exciting, and I truly believe there's a lot of room for improvement, and it's really fun, the experimentation and trying to do something that is different.
Anna was a special boat. It was 1928. There were 6 12-meters that were built by New York Yacht Club, and this is the only one that we know of that survived. We look at Anna as a special boat for us because we think of the stewardship that we have and what we do to care for this boat and what others have done through the history. This boat, when Forbes commissioned this boat, they kept it in Hadley Harbor. And Anna was named after the Forbes family home in the Elizabeth Islands. So it has a unique history in the boat itself. And for For those of us who have been part of the stewardship for years, it's so meaningful that we're able to keep this boat up the way we are, and the fact that we're very competitive racing means a lot to us. I spent a lot of time sailing one design, and that's been my background with inshore racing. And so, in one design, we push hard. And so we bring that experience to Ottawa, and you have to have that balance with Ottawa, because you can't push as hard as we'd like to, the way we did with the 42s or the 37s. But, when we're racing against these handicapped boats, these guys are good sailors. And so we have to push as hard as we can to get around the race course. It's a special boat on the water. You look at the elegance of that boat, but it's fast. We've got it fully laden as a cruising boat, but we don't cruise it, we race it.
I don't think my heart has stopped racing yet. Every day we were fighting our way at the top of the fleet, but we never were in first place until the very last race. So, I mean, it was an exciting racing throughout the week, and overwhelmed actually.
Last year, we went to block. We had a bad Sunday in 2022, gave the regatta away. So we went into block knowing how to take care of business, and we did. And we got out in front and did it, and we were just elated by the last day. We were overcome with emotion.
We just had 3 good starts, and the boat was pretty dialed, and the boys did a great job with boat handling. So it wasn't hard to just stay close to everybody and feed them on the details, I think, really.
After winning both races on Day 2 at the 2024 Rolex TP52 World Championship in Newport, Rhode Island, Tony Langley's Gladiator team have now scored 3 back-to-back victories and topped the world's leaderboard with a 4-points lead after 4 races.
Well, the second day of racing in prospect here at the Rolex TP52 World Championships in Newport, Rhode Island. Lighter forecast, 2 good races yesterday for sled, 2 second places. They're on top of the table.
Boat's going well, team's going really well, and it just shows what a tough place Newport is to sail.
But that's just the first day. Let's see what happens on day 2. Compared to day 1, the breeze is much lighter for the start of race 3. The wind axis is 235 degrees, probably 8 knots on the start line. A really good start from Gladiator at the pin end of the line. Value this time starting more towards the right and go up the right of the upwind. Gladiator come round with a comfortable lead at the top mark. Value second, Platoon around in third, overlap with Paprec. Down the first run, it's pretty straightforward. Gladiator with a comfortable lead from Value. But it's really on the last run. Well, Gladiator and Value are well clear. The breeze eases off. Quantum Racing found a little bit more pressure out on the left side. So Gladiator first, Value second, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic get third. Just a little bit more breeze for race 4. Nice start from Gladiator off the pin end of the line. Phoenix actually get the best start in the middle, but up the top mark it's Gladiator leading from Phoenix with Allegra going round nicely in third. Quantum Racing make a nice gain down the first run. Through the leeward gate is Gladiator leading comfortably. Quantum up to second. through the finish line. Gladiator win. Quantum Racing get the best result of the regatta so far in second. Allegri get third, keep themselves in contention.
It was one of those days that everything seems to go your way. Tony made the good calls on the side of the course. We executed 2 clean starts and the boat is going well. The crew did a good job.
We have been so far very consistent, but it's definitely a tricky venue and tricky race course. So we're happy with what we've done so far, but it's a long way to go still.
We had 2 good starts. The boat, we were going pretty well. But the main thing was we were able to execute our plan, and our plan worked pretty well.
So after 4 races, Gladiator 3 race wins are on 12 points. In second place are Allegri on 16 points. Third place, the Value on 18. And fourth, Sled on 19. Newport, Rhode Island once again delivering contrasting conditions. A slightly less breeze in the first race, but still the same for the Gladiator, now going 3 race wins in a row. But as ever in the 52 Super Series, one day you're the top dog, the next day you're the lame duck. Stay with us.
The Ocean Race is announcing a new transatlantic, fully crewed race for the IMOCA class for the summer of 2026. The event is a celebration of the ocean and ocean health initiatives, and a showcase for top-level sport and the teams and sailors who compete. The Ocean Race Atlantic will connect America's leading metropolis of New York with Europe's capital of cool, the Catalonian city of Barcelona. It will be the first point-to-point race in the 50-plus year history of the Ocean Race. This new event in 2026 follows the Ocean Race Europe, which starts in Kiel, Germany in 2025 and will precede the next edition of the Around the World race starting from Alicante, Spain, in 2027. The race across the Atlantic will feature the foiling, flying IMOCA class boats in their fully crewed configuration. For the first time, the race crew of 4 sailors will consist of 50-50 split, 2 women and 2 men. While almost the entire fleet arrived safely on Saturday, July 20th at midday, the evening of Friday and then the night made it possible to celebrate 3 new winners of the DRHEAM Cup Grand Prix de France de Course au Large. Defending champion, Groupe SNEF, Xavier Macaire, achieved the double, while the very first race of the new Sun Fast 31 design was won by SL Energies Group, Laurent Charmy.
Grosse surprise, en arrivant sur Belle-Île, à l'AIS, qu'est-ce qu'on voit? Voilà, là on était un peu dépité. Il avait un demi-mille d'avance et on a réussi à passer devant lui en temps réel.
C'est une course très agréable. Le parcours est extrêmement varié. L'organisation est absolument magnifique. On se sent vraiment accueilli. Je crois que c'est une des plus belles organisations de course à laquelle je participe.
Really good competition. That IRC double-handed fleet is really strong right now. It's a great combination of the French fleet and the English fleet and a few others of us. And so we really enjoyed the close racing.
Ouais, non, c'était une course géniale. C'était vraiment comme une étape du Figaro. On a fait un peu partout pendant la course. On a fait du près, du pourtant. On a fait un peu du molle, beaucoup de vent. C'était trop cool pour moi d'avoir cette expérience.
We've just got in after the Dream Cup, successful race for our team. We're not quite sure where we've come yet, but we think we've done well. Big shout out to James, a new crew member on board, first time out on the boat after doing a delivery, so he did a brilliant job. The rest of us have just come off the back of Round Island and it's another solid result. We're now in, we're looking to have some beers and enjoy the Trinity.
Quand même, si je venais là en disant j'aime bien cette course, je suis attaché, je l'ai gagnée il y a 2 ans, ça a une signification pour moi. C'était aussi dans le but d'essayer de la regagner. Et voilà, c'est fait grâce aussi au concours d'Hugo et de Tanguy. Là, on était une dizaine de classe 40 et 3 SCO. Donc ça a quand même bien bataillé avec les 3 SCO. On a bien matché et voilà, donc une belle course.
Harm Mullisbury's 2023 defending champions Platoon Aviation won the only race sailed at the Rolex TP52 World Championship off Newport, Rhode Island today. But while their first race victory of the event elevates them to fourth at the theoretical midpoint of the 10-race series, Tony Langley's Gladiator team sit firm at the top of the leaderboard, just a single point ahead of Andy Soriano's Allegri.
So day number 3 here in Newport, Rhode Island at the Rolex TP52 World Championship. It's a big day here. It's the midpoint of the World Championship. It's also the midpoint of the 2024 season. In the season standings, well, it's really finely balanced at the top of the table as we expect it to stay all the way through to the grand finale in Valencia. And for the World Championship, well, it's Gladiator on top by 4 points. They've had 3 back-to-back wins. They've never won the World Championship. But as in both cases, consistency is the key. Well, it's late afternoon before race 5 gets underway. The breeze is at 255 degrees, about 6 to 7 knots, a 1.5 mile upwind leg, and off the start line will Platoon Aviation start at the committee boat end of the line, go out to the right. Meantime, Gladiator going off the left end of the line. This time the right side pays with a little bit of a wind shift, a little bit more extra pressure. To the top mark, Platoon Aviation, Harmless Spear leading comfortably from Allegri round in second, and Sled third. Down the run, no changes. So nice, comfortable race win for Platoon Aviation, a real confidence builder for the world champions. Allegri come through in second, keeping on the pressure. So too, Sled in third.
It's an important one because after yesterday we were in a bad situation. Now we are not a lot better, but at least we have some chance, let's say. And we were not zero yesterday, we are not zero today. It's just a matter to keep pushing hard and try to make the next 5 regattas properly.
One of these days that you have many forecasts and no one was really right. So we went to the basic at the end, and we need to keep focused and do our job, and then we see.
So Rolex TP52 World Championship after 5 races, Gladiator still leading on 17 points. Allegri close up to 1 point behind on 18, and Sled in third on 22 points. So long wait today, but it was well worth it. Just 1 race, a good win for Platoon Aviation, but still at the top of the World Championship standings are Gladiator and Allegri pushing all the time. Plan is for 3 races tomorrow. Join us then.
Let's relive the excitement of the final day of racing and the closing ceremony of the Youth Sailing World Championships on Lake Garda. Olympic ILCA 6 gold medalist, Lily Zhu, reports on the winners.
Final day here in Lake Garda for the 2024 Youth Sailing World Championships. We finished all the races as scheduled by making the most of the early morning northerly and afternoon southerly wind. The Italian team showed dominance on their home waters by claiming victory in over half of the 11 events, ultimately winning the nation's trophy.
The race was quite with light wind, so we were a little bit scared that they would cancel it, but
in the end, we managed to take it home. I would like to thank my coach, Gigi Pichau, and my family, and absolutely most important, the federation.
Poland, Greece, Argentina and Brazil taking the remaining gold in the skiff, kite and two-person stinging.
Yeah, it feels amazing. I worked a lot for it, really, so I'm super happy that it paid off. Yeah, for sure, it's a boost of confidence for the Olympics. I'm super happy.
It's an amazing feeling. It's a new feeling. I've never been world champion before, but still not believing that I won this event. Was really hard battle between me and Gian. He sailed really well too, but this one I managed to take. So really happy to take this title for Brazil and the first time I'm a youth world champion too.
That's a wrap up from us now, and we hope you enjoyed our daily videos. A big thank you to all those who participated, volunteered, organized and supported. See you next year in Vila Moura in Portugal.
Takashi Okura's sled, the 2021 world champions representing the hosts, the New York Yacht Club, scored best today at the Rolex TP52 World Championship in Newport, Rhode Island. Their first and second places sees them going into Saturday's finale just one single point behind championship leaders Tony Langley's British flagged Gladiator. With up to 3 races planned for the final day, it might prove to be more than a two-cornered fight between sled and Gladiator.
A beautiful day here in Rhode Island. It's sun's out, the breeze is up. We're on day 4 of the Rolex TP52 World Championship. At the top of the table, Gladiator hanging in there with a single point lead ahead of the ever-consistent Allegre. 4 points behind Sled, the 2021 World Champions. But there's a long way to go yet, and anything can happen. Light breeze about 6 to 8 knots for the start of race 6. Wind angle is 225 degrees, 1.6 mile beat off the start line. It's a nice start from Phoenix with good pace in the middle of the line. Gladiator started the committee boat end of the line. But up the first beat, well, it's actually Sled that does well in the middle right, then moving right, and at the top mark the lead with Phoenix in second. There's Gladiator in third. All the way around the course, it's Sled with Phoenix second. At the finish line, it's Sled winning. Gladiator gets second. Phoenix third and Allegre in 10th. So second race of the day, race 7 of the series, wind angles 240 degrees, a little bit more wind pressure, 10 knots of breeze. Phoenix start beautifully with a good pace, leading off the start line with Sled and Quantum Racing. The left comes in slightly better with stronger wind pressure on that left side. At the top mark, it's Phoenix leading from Sled, Quantum Racing round in third. Allegre find themselves shy and tight on the ley line and ending up on the mark. Through the finish line, it's Phoenix getting their first race win of the season, Sled getting 2 seconds for the day, and Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, getting third.
It's nice to go into the last day with a chance of winning the trophy, so I think we sailed sort of conservatively. We took our opportunities when they came up, and the guys did a nice job in the back of the boat. The boat was going really nicely.
Not the best day today, but not a bad day, still leading by 1 point.
So after 7 races, it's a Gladiator on top on 24 points. Second are Sled, just a point behind on 25. And the defending world champions, Platoon Aviation, third on 32 points. So new territory then for Gladiator going into the final day of the World Championships with a 1 point lead, being chased by Sled, past world champions, and 3 times world champions Platoon, now in third place. Great day in prospect. Who's going to win the world title?
Tony Langley's Gladiator became the first British flag team to lift the Rolex TP52 World Championship title when they emerged from a testing 3-race finale today off Newport, Rhode Island with a 6 points margin over the 2021 World Champions Sled and 8 on the 2023 champions Platoon Aviation. With Guillermo Paretta steering, backed up by Bruno Zerilli Navigator and the owner calling tactics supported by Chris Hosking, the Gladiator team laid the foundations for their first outright regatta success and their first world title together with 3 back-to-back race wins early in the 10-race championship.
So the big world title showdown today here in Newport. We've got Gladiator going on the water with a 1-point lead over the past world champion Sled, and Platoon not far behind at all.
There's up 30 points up for grabs potentially, so there can be some big movers and some big losers.
We are excited because it's last day of the World Championship, being in a good position, but we have not to be too much excited. To go there and sail well.
Great forecast. Let's see who win the world title. So race number 8, the wind axis is 245, 10 knots on the start line. It's a pretty even start off the left end of the line, Alpha Plus and Value in particular. Gladiator go off the committee boat end of the line, go out to the right. And at the top mark is Alpha Plus leading with Value in second. Gladiator coming in from the right in third place. And that's the order all the way round the course. Through the finish line, a win for Alpha Plus. Value gets second, Allegra up to third. Gladiator finishing fourth, extend their lead at the top of the table. So much the same kind of breeze off the start line for race number 9. Gladiator start at the committee boat end of the line and go way out to the right. The best start of those Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, who go up the left side of the course. And at the top mark is Gladiator leading, Allegra second, Quantum in third, Sled down in seventh. Down the first run, it's close between Quantum Racing, Gladiator and Paprec. Paprec come in nicely from the left of the run. And the leeward gate, it's Quantum leading, Gladiator second, Paprec in third. And that's the finish order. Quantum winning their first race of the regatta. Gladiator keeping strong in second, Paprec in third. So Tony Langley's Gladiator going to the final race with a lead of 7 points. They're on 30. Sled are on 37. Platoon on 46. Tied with Allegra for third at the moment. And meantime, Quantum Racing and Alpha Plus also tied on 49. The decider race 10, a little bit more breeze. Gladiator make another nice start. Alpha Plus get off the line well, as do Quantum Racing. At the top mark, Gladiator come round first, Alpha Plus second, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic in third, and Sled down in ninth. At the leeward gate, Gladiator leading, but they foul Alpha Plus and have to take a penalty, and really the race goes wrong from there. Through the finish line, Alpha Plus win. Gladiator come through in 10th, and that's enough to make them the 2024 World Champions.
We've come a long way in the last 2 seasons, the last 1.5 seasons. Yeah, but before that it was a long road. It makes it all worthwhile, yeah. Particularly sweet is a World Championship win, and right here in Newport as well.
I think it means a lot to us because it's the first one with this team. It's the first event win for the team also, so it was very nice to pick it up at the right time with the World Championship title.
So after all 10 races are sailed at the Rolex TP52 World Championship here in Newport, top of the table, the world champions are Gladiator on 40 points, second are Sled on 46 points, and third, 2023 world champions, Platoon Aviation on 48 points.
Amazing World Championship, certainly one of the best 52 worlds I've ever sailed. Really proud of the Sled team and what we've achieved, and congratulations to Gladiator, who just sailed a superb regatta.
We still don't sail a perfect day. It's always one good, one bad, one good, one bad. Still learning the boat a little bit, but I think we're going in the right direction.
So after the Rolex TP52 World Championship, after 3 regattas this season, Gladiator lead on 112 points, second Quantum Racing powered by American Magic on 115, and third Sled on 121. Well, that's it from the USA, wonderful Rhode Island and specifically Newport. We've had 2 great regattas here in June, and also now the Rolex TP52 World Championship, a full 10 race programme, a new world champion in Tony Langley's Gladiator, now back to Europe, back to the Mediterranean. We'll see you in Puerto Portals next month.